Good morning, students. I'll be talking about NMOS fabrication now. So all of you know NMOSFET. All of you know NMOSFET is a three-terminal device. So it is made up of P substrate with N and source being N type, with the source and drain being N type. So first we have to develop substrate. How substrate is developed? Substrate is developed from doped wafer. Wafer is nothing but silicon. Silicon wafer is obtained from molten silicon. So molten silicon, when it is being developed, you can add little impurities into it and develop substrate in the form of wafers. So how do we get substrate in the form of wafers? First of all, the molten material which is in the crucible will be at high temperature. So in this, an ingot is inserted with little silicon seed attached to it, and that when it is dipped and rolled back up, the molten silicon gets attached to it and comes out in the form of a rod, and that rod is sliced with diamond tipped tool to get thin wafers, and each wafer is considered as substrate to develop ICs. So one substrate is shown here, and the view what I am showing is side view. So the substrate what we are considering is P-type. This may be few micrometer thickness. Now we subject this for oxidation. As all of you know that oxidation is going to take place when a material reacts with oxygen. So there are two types of oxygen. Here you have dry oxidation and wet oxidation. If you subject the substrate to undergo oxidation in the absence of water molecules, it is dry oxidation. And if you subject the wafer to undergo oxidation in the presence of water vapor, it is called wet oxidation. So that usually happens when water is bubbled through the wafer in the form of vapors. So here a suitable mask is used to develop thin oxide layer from total thick oxide layer. So if the entire surface is coated with thick oxide layer, from that a portion should be created which has only thin SiO2 layer. So for that we make use of a mask which has a portion active region defined in it. This rectangle defines active region. So we subject this for photolithography process and chemical etching to remove unwanted portions of unwanted SiO2 portions and develop a thin SiO2 layer here. So with the help of oxidation, photolithography and chemical etching, we obtain this thin SiO2 layer. Next, we need to form gate structure. How do we form gate structure? The entire surface is covered with polysilicon material by chemical vapor deposition. So you get a coating of polysilicon material over the surface, and now we subject this for photolithography process and chemical etching to, with the help of this mask, to remove unwanted polysilicon from this portion and retain polysilicon in this portion. So you get gate structure formed. Next, we cover the entire surface with oxidation and use suitable mask and subject this for photolithography and chemical etching to remove SiO2 from these portions. So thin SiO2 can also be removed just after the formation of gate with the previous mask. So when you have this exposed area, next you can expose this to diffusion. So when diffusion is happening, the impurities will flow into the substrate through this opened window areas. So this gives rise to self-formed source and drain structures and self-aligned source and gate drain structures, and this can take place for some particular duration based on the thickness or the depth of this source and drain regions. As all of you know that diffusion is movement of impurities from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. And this requires a very high temperature of the order of 1200 degrees centigrade, and for T-type diffusion, and so around 800 to 900 degrees centigrade uh, temperature for N-type diffusion. So after diffusion, you get source and drain structures formed in this fashion. So here, next we need to form contact cuts in order to develop contacts later. So we subject this substrate for oxidation, and then we try to cover the entire surface with thick oxide layer. After which, with the help of this suitable mask defining the contact cuts, we subject this substrate for photolithography and chemical etching to remove the SiO2 from these portions. So three contact cuts are now formed. And next is metallization. In metallization, the top surface will be covered with metal, and a thick coating of metal is formed over it. This can be done with the help of sputtering, and with the help of this mask, photolithography process and chemical etching process, you can define the areas wherein you have to retain metal and remove the metal from unwanted portions. When you do that, you get the contacts, metal contacts for the different electrodes, and you have this N MOSFET formed in this fashion. And the last step is passivation layer, where the entire surface will be coated with insulating material, something like a glass or any insulating material which satisfies the conditions. So that process is called passivation, and you can observe here 3D diagram of N MOSFET that is formed. So that's about the fabrication process of N MOSFET. Thank you.